Hi, my name is Michelle, and this is my first ever YouTube video. I figured the best way to start off would be with the Booktube Newbie Tag. So I have some questions here, and we'll go ahead and get started, and you can get to know me a little bit. Okay, so question number one is, why did I start this channel? I decided to start this channel because I discovered Booktube as a thing this summer. And so I was super excited to find people who were just as excited as I was about books and talking about them and sharing their thoughts and opinions. And I figured, you know what? I want to get in on this. I would love to be part of that community and share my thoughts as well, because who doesn't love a good book club? So that's kind of why I decided to do the channel. Question number two is, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? Well, one thing that's probably going to be more unique would be that I don't necessarily have access to like the newest and trendiest books that everyone's going to be reading on Booktube or Book Talk, because I get all my books from the library. So whether that's listening to an audiobook, reading an ebook through my phone, or checking out a physical copy, like I get the majority of my books through the library. So I may not have access to the newest books that everyone's reading, or if I do, I have to wait, and it could be like weeks or months before I can get around to it. So I think that'll be different, because I think it'll be a mixture. There might be a couple books that are new that I'll be able to get into, but a number of them are going to be like older books that have been around for a while. But I think that makes it a little more accessible for you as well, possibly, if you don't have access to the trendiest books that are happening. Or maybe they were trendy like 2 years ago and we could read them together now because everyone already read them, and there's no wait list. So that's probably going to be a little bit different on my channel. Question number three is, what are you most excited about for this new channel? I think for me, that would just be getting to know you guys a little bit better and just sharing thoughts and opinions on books. I'm just really excited to be part of the community, and hope that, maybe we can have some fun conversation in the comments, or we could buddy read something together and just build up the community a little bit more. Question number four, why do you love reading? I think probably similar to a lot of people, it's just cool to kind of escape to another world and just learn about other cultures or people's lives, depending on if you're reading like historical fiction or fantasy or like a memoir. I think it's just really cool. Like, it's a neat way to learn and be entertained, and sometimes it's just comforting, or if you just need a break from whatever's happening in your own life, you can always like get away in a little book, get lost in a book. So I just think it's cool. Okay, for question number five, what book or series got you into reading? I don't think there's a specific series that I've just always loved reading. I've been reading ever since I can remember. So like probably kindergarten, maybe first grade. I've just always loved it. And I guess one of the earliest ones that I read was like the American Girl series, and they have the dolls that go with them. But before I even knew about the dolls, I read through a number of the books, and turns out that was maybe my entry into loving history, because it was historical fiction. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, that's probably one of the first series I think I ever read. Question number six, what kind of questions would you ask some of your favorite booktubers? I think, and this kind of ties into question number seven, so I'm going to put those together. So question six is, what questions would you ask some of your favorite booktubers? Question seven is, what challenges starting Booktube do you think will be the hardest to overcome? So I think for both of these, I think a challenge and a question is like scheduling, kind of trying to figure out how you determine the content that you're putting up? Like, how do you get onto like a routine? Like, how do you figure out what you're going to put up and how frequently you're going to post and edit in between? Because I know editing can actually take the longest amount of time until you get used to it, which I have no idea. As I mentioned, this is like my first video ever. So I think those would be my questions and challenges. Okay, so question 8, where do you read? I read kind of anywhere that I can. I would say maybe predominantly I read on the couch. But I used to always have a book with me, or I actually still do usually. Like if I don't have a physical copy with me in my bag, I will have a book on my phone that I'm either listening to or reading through my Kindle app. So I just always have a book with me. I could read anywhere, because if I'm waiting for something or I am bored somewhere, I don't know. I just always have a book with me, so I could really read anywhere. Coffee shop, public transit, a waiting room. But where I love to read would be like on the couch. Okay, and then question number 10, what kind of book do you like to read? I think my favorite genre is, I would say it's probably historical nonfiction and fantasy and YA. I think those are my top 3 favorites. So, okay, that is the Booktube Newbie Tag. I hope that you like and subscribe, and we can just go on this journey together. And I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.